Okay, so in this video, as we find the area of a triangle, in the last video we used the area of a triangle formula, 1/2 base times height, and we found the height by doing a little bit of trig, finding the height with sine, okay, because we knew an angle. Now, we have another area formula that was found for us by this old Greek guy named Heron. It's Heron's area formula, and his formula goes something like this. If I get a triangle with side lengths of A, B, and C, the area of that triangle is equal to the square root of S times S minus A times S minus B times S minus C, where S is half the sum of the sides, A plus B plus C. So the sum of the sides, if you add up the sides of a triangle, that gives you the perimeter of the triangle. So that variable S is called the semi-perimeter or half perimeter of the triangle. Okay. So as we've used this formula to find the area of this traffic triangle thing in the diagram right here, the first thing that we need to do is find that semi-perimeter. Okay. So to find that semi-perimeter, we're going to add up the three sides, which means 170 plus 350 plus 240, and we are going to cut that in half. Okay. So first adding those three things up, let's see here, I think it's going to be about, I don't know, 760, and then I need to cut that in half. Okay. So take 1/2 this times 1/2, and we get, if I cut that in half, it's going to be 380. Okay. So there's my semi-perimeter. Half the perimeter is 380. So as I use my formula now to find the area of this triangle, my formula is, show right there, S times S minus A, so that means 380, the semi-perimeter, times S minus A, or 380 minus 170, and times 380 minus 350, and times, a lot to write out here, folks, 380 minus 240. Okay. There we go. Okay. We can type this in all at once. We could figure out what these numbers are first. Doesn't really matter as long as you're neat and organized with your work and your calculator use. I'll just write out what these are. It's going to be 380 times, what is it going to be? 210. Okay. Times, it's going to be 30. Times, that's going to be 140. Okay. And I'm going to take the square root of all of that. Now, as I take the square root, I'm probably going to use my calculator at this point. I'm pretty sure of this. I could have done it here in the blue, but here in the red is fine. So let's use our calculator now, okay? So we are going to take the square root of 380 times, and again, if you got this newer calculator, you can just leave them underneath the radical. Should be good. We don't need parentheses necessarily. 210, 30, and 140. Okay, 210, 30, and 140 were the things we're multiplying together. Leave the radical, so we're multiplying all four of these numbers together, and then we're going to take the square root of whatever we get, and we end up with this, 18,307.38. All right, 18,307 point, I think it was what, 38? Yep, 0.38. Label that while we were working in yards, and this is an area, so the area of this triangle in between all the traffic right here is 18,000 some square yards. All right, there we go. So that's area of a triangle using Heron's area formula. So now you got your choice. You can use a little bit of trig and sine, or you can use Heron's area formula. Just depends on what it is that you prefer. Now, that should do it for our study of Algebra 2 this year. There's your last video. It's been a pleasure to teach you this year. Hope you've enjoyed your time in class, and even if you haven't, well, tough, you got stuck with me for the whole year. So, Mr. Huebner signing off. It's been a pleasure. You take care.